All right, YouTube. Can't leave you out. Here we go. All right. This one right here, man. Hey, for the YouTube, man, for 12 trades, man, 12 trades, they get the breakdown after after the closing of the market, after the market closed. They get a full breakdown. All right. That's about what I'm giving YouTube, but I'm giving you just a small preview of that. So the on the breakdown, I give them the 360 of I give them everything. All right, you guys is not even getting 45 of that, man. Maybe 15% of that, and no markings on the chart, man. So I just show you what happened for the day. All right, not really trying to explain it to you. I just want to show you what we do at 12 trades. All right, for this one, this is Wednesday. All right. It it actually gave us something like a bull. We was wanting a bull. It gave us something that looks like a bull. All right. Trust me, brothers. You got to come into a trade. This thing have marks all over it. It would have marks all over it. All right. It gave us something like a bull, and then it's structured. It right there is structured, and then right here at the second conversation, we had that run up right there, 12 o'clock, right at the pip there, right there, man. 12 o'clock. Then we started to go sideways. All right, I use the word sideways with you guys, but that's not what's going on. All right. It's not going sideways. It's doing a lot more than that. But we had that respect, and then we had that bear right there. So in this area right here, we took a sell position. What's more important is why did we take a sell position when this thing is supposed to be a bull? We should have seen price continue to be a bull. Why did we sell it? That's what I'm telling you guys. You got to come to 12 trades, man. You got to get the 360. You can't just have a small narrow view of what's going on. But we sold it right there, and then we got that bear right there. Now, I do want to say that I didn't expect this movement right here because, like I say, if we're a bull, man, um, I didn't expect this move right here, and for this position right here, this move right here was not going to pay out that position. I was more for tomorrow giving us a retracement and paying out that position, but price went ahead and gave it to us right here. It paid us out in this area. This line right here, this line is not the line that I want to say that, oh man, I want to see price come to this line. This line is actually something else. All right, but price came to that line. Um, it's not surprising that price did that because we did want to see her run the range, which we did not get for the previous days. So we were looking for price to do that. All right, come to our trades, man. All right. Okay, this is the other bull, man. We had all right, let me just explain it to you guys. All right. This thing would have again, it would have indicators on it, it would have marks on it. My mark was right here at 56. It was at 56.6, I think. It was right there. All right. With my mark being there at 56.6, and this thing, we're expecting a bull. Uh we actually got that bull. This was a bull to me. I'm not gonna stand in the way of this thing, man. It was a bull, but because of my mark, all right, and because of this candle right here, that gave it away. We knew that this thing was going to be a bear, and the next candle right there. So we were kind of I was confirmed, and we actually sold it right there at 56. My line was at 56.9, so I actually sold at that line. And I had a wallet, so I didn't care if price was going to continue to be a bull. I had a wallet for a $1 stop, so it didn't even do that at all. It gave us that bear, and that payout was in this area right here. I think it was 55.09 right there at 55.09. That was that payout to that position. All right. The second position was price structuring. It's structured right here. And there's that liquidity sweep. There's a liquidity sweep. That is not, we're not afraid of something that looks like this, brother. This is a liquidity sweep. All right. We had a confirmation respect right there. And there was that bear right there. There was a payout. The payout to this position was in these areas right there. And the reason that we sold this for a bear and not expecting it to be a bull and give us some bullishness, because this line right here is it if you was in trail trades, you would know what this line was. But we were definitely wanting Price to come to this line, and Price was probably going to come to that line, and she did. She did come to this line. She loaded up, and she became a bull. As you can see, she got a lot of green candles, and she's ready to be a bull. Only thing stopped her was the market closed. All right, man. We all on top of it, brothers. We all on top of that thing there, man. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. Tomorrow, I want to see. We want to see tomorrow. Give a run of the previous lows, previous day's lows, and be a bull for this first one. We want to see probably price retrace and retest that area right there of that previous day high, and give a bear. I kind of want to see a bear. I want to see price load up a little bit more to the south. All right. There's that bear. There's that bear, man, that everyone loves right there. You guys got that shaded area. All right. We got exactly what we wanted, man. We got a retracement. We bought that, we sold that retracement because it was just that time and price. Price probably wasn't gonna go much further than what she did. So we sold that and actually got out that first 5 minute candle. We got paid out on the second 5 minute candle, man. So 10 minutes into the market, we was already paid out. The market started to structure in the second conversation right here. She gave that retracement. She gave this is a run up, a liquidity sweep. That is not a bull. And they say, oh man, market is this thing is a bull. That is not a bull, man. That is a liquidity sweep. That is a run up. All right. We sold that because we know that price is going to interact with this shaded area. So we knew that any man, kind of trades, man. I can't give it to you for free, man. We knew that we was going to sell it for a bear, and we did at that respect. And we didn't get out. We were only 10 cents shy of getting out right here because we got in at 40, that 45. See, we did pretty well right there. We got in at 45, but we didn't get out. It made it to 58, so we're 10 cents shy of that. I'm expecting tomorrow. Well, I was expecting tomorrow to pay it out, but as you can see, aftermarket paid out that position right there with that mark right there. Those marks are really real. These are really serious marks, brothers. If I was a bull, all right, if I was in a bullish position, and I got a really nice position, and I got in right here, all right, and then priced it that, and then came back in my position, all right. This move right here will stump me out. This move is very real. That is a print on that is a ticker print. That print exists. As you can see, it's right there and it exists. I'm looking at these numbers right here as I scroll over that little mark. As you can see, it exists. All right. That number exists at 55.18 and one was at 53. All right. That exists, brother. That thing will stump your ass clean out. And that thing right there will stump you out. If you was in this thing for a bull, all right, this thing will stump your ass clean out. But we was in it for a bear and it paid us out. All right. I want to see tomorrow give a retracement. All right. Maybe run the previous day's highs and give us a bear and interact with this shaded area. All right. All right. Last one, YouTube. All right. This is another one. Same thing, man. It actually gave us that bull. I thought it was a bull. If you saw a bull, brother, you're probably gonna run away from it or get the hell out of the way. All right. This was a bull, but my line was right here. It cut this thing right there. All right. Cutting the trades, man. I'll explain that line to you. We sold it. We sold that bull. You say, how in the hell you sell a bull? Well, we sold that bull right there, man. And the payout to that was what is the payout to this one? I think we got in it. I think I got in at 68 because my line had it at 68. It was 50, 68, and 50. So I did at 68 right there was the payout to that position was right there. All right. The reason we sold it for two reasons. One was because of that line. And you couldn't trail trades, man, I would definitely explain that line to you. And the second reason was this line right here. Cutting trail trades, man. This line had markings and stuff on it, just like this word say bull. All right, there would be words right here saying what this line is. We wanted price to come and load up in this area, and she did. That was the second reason that we sold it. We sold it because of what we had and that respect, but we held it because we wanted price to make it to this area, and she did, and became a bull after that. As you can see, she's giving some bullish candles, and the only thing stopped her was the market close. All right. Twelve trades. I'm sorry, you too, man. Hey, you too. Y'all all right, man. Cut a 12 trades, man. Peace.